So guys, right now what we're going to do is go to justvar.com. Great website. You can check all kind of stats on there. For NA, for EU, for any bracket you want to. So we're going to go over the most broken specs or like the most played specs in different brackets. See what performs and where they perform the best. This is like taking how many of each spec are above a certain rating cutoff, right? So for example, what we're sort by is by 1800 plus, and then see how specs are doing in that rating range. This is 1800 to the highest player, right? You can also go by 2-1 to the highest player, 2-4 to the highest player. But I think the more players we can survey, the better. So let's go with this. So we're going to start off with Solo Shuffle right here. A bracket that has long queue times, but still a very popular bracket. Do you enjoy Feral? I love Feral at the moment. It's very nice and very strong, which we're going to get to here. But yeah, Solo Shuffle, as a Feral main, I think one of the hardest brackets to play on Feral is here. So we got DK, highest played melee. Then we got Fear Warrior, 20% of the melees. Windwalker Monk, Red Paladin, then Feral Dribble, 7.45%. I mean, no surprises here, really. Especially in Shuffle, Fury and DK being the most played melees. I mean, it makes sense. They are absolutely insane. Windwalker Monk, also really good. I've been, putting Windwalker very high in my tier list. And I think for a good reason. But, by the way, this is going to showcase as well. Like, different brackets, different things perform. Something that works in Blitz very well might not work so well in Shuffle. Something that works in Shuffle might not work so well in 2v2. Yeah. Yo, Shoya and Vani, guys, welcome. Then we have Asarogue, 6.6%. Survival Hunter, 5.5%. So all these are quite close, right? Then we have Arms Warrior, quite low with 3.9. I think Arms is actually decent spec, but is very overshadowed now by Fear Warrior. But like, yeah. I think Arms is actually better than this gives it credit for. Enhancement Shaman. Then Frosticade to DH under Enhancement Shaman. This is the lowest I've ever seen DH. This is the lowest I've ever seen DH in Shuffle, I think, on this. And then Outlaw Rogue, the least played melee. Keep in mind, that is NA. Let's check EU quickly as well. Similar. A bit more Demon Hunters in EU, but still very similar. Yeah. More Asarogues in EU. That's quite interesting. But yeah. Quite similar. Okay, so we're on ranged. So yeah, MM is the most played range in Solo Shuffle. Then we got Devastation. This is not really a surprise. Awfully's still up there. Got nerfed a bit, but still super, super strong. Frost Mage, yeah. I mean, top 4 casters. MM, Deva, Awfully, Frost Mage. That's fairly non-surprising, I guess. Shadow Priest also there, but there's a pretty big gap here from these top 4 to the 5th. Pretty big drop-off, and then even a bigger drop-off. Or also a very big drop-off. If you, yeah, compare it, I guess. Basically like half a drop-off again. To Destro. With Ellie, number 7, BM. BM got buffed just recently, so I guess maybe this is going to rise up more now with the new buffs. Boomy, Demo. Dude, Arcane is so little played, man. Arcane is also getting buffed very soon. I feel like Arcane could be a sleeper spec. Or probably is a sleeper spec right now. And with the buffs, it might be very good. But I feel like Arcane is a spec that even when it's very nice, it's not played that much. Then we have Augmentation and Fire Mage. Fire also getting buffed soon. Augmentation. Dude, I swear, to me they seem decent. But I guess they're all playing Devastation. Yeah. This is all players 1800 plus right now in Solo Shuffle. Yeah. And that is US and EU. Let's see. It's probably quite similar. So in EU, it actually changes a bit. Frost Major is the most played range. Then we have Devastation. And then MM. Okay, so that's quite interesting, actually. These kind of swap around once you go to EU. But the top 4 does remain the same. Shadow Priest also in 5th position. But then we have BM here, actually way more played in EU than NA. Ellie. Arcane actually being the least played in well, actually, oh, where's Fire Mage? Guys, I think this means there's no Fire Mages. 1800 plus in EU. It's not even there. What? It's not even on the thing. That's crazy. Okay. Damn. All right, and then we have the healers, guys. Disc Priest. 591 players. 51% off solo shuffle. 800 plus is EU, by the way. I'm going to check NA as well afterwards. Damn. Then we have Preservation Invoker, 20%. Ardruid, 8.8%. Holy Paladin, Arsham, Mystery and Holy Priest, the least played healer. Here's the website. And that was EU. What about NA? Similar. Very similar, man. Dude, Disc Priest is played so much. So much, man. Keep in mind, this is Shuffle, guys. Things do change, you know, from bracket to bracket. But yeah, that is insane. Almost half, or actually more than half in EU. But yeah. Holy Pala, Ardruid, Arsham, Mistweaver, and Holy Priest being the least played spec in both regions. All right, and then in US, there's no tax above this rating. In EU, we have 4 Prot Warriors above 1800, 1 Prot Paladin, and 1 Guardian Druid. Thoughts on the fact that red is higher than feral, even though most agree that the red needs buffs. Yeah, it's interesting to think about. I think red is usually a way more popular spec than feral druid, and also probably just functions better in shuffle. Like in 2v2 and stuff, feral 3s performs better than it does in shuffle. So here you'll see feral under red. If you go look at like normal arena, you'll see feral over red. So yeah, you do want to keep that in mind. This is top 1K. I think shuffle is more of a rough bracket for feral druid overall, compared to yeah, 3s, 2s, and stuff. Yes, those are the shuffle stats, man. Interesting stuff, actually. Yeah, no fire mages on EU. And yeah, if you compare NA and EU, for the most part, they are very similar. But there are some key differences as well, especially on the ranged. But Outlaw Rogue being the least played melee in both. Arcane being the least played range in both. No, never mind. That's not true. Fire is least played range. No, it is. There's just no fire mages in EU, so they're both least played. And then as you can see, like, let's say you want to do higher rating now. 2-1 plus. Similar thing happening, but way less players to survey, you know? Way less. Dude, Awfully, by the way, higher rating. Awfully, man, popping off. Higher rating, the sample size becomes so small that there's actually pretty big differences NA to EU. But that's what happens when you only sample, like, you know, whatever, like 50 players. Cool stuff. Guys, this was solo shuffle stats, NA and EU on Drustfar. Really, really cool website.